In this video, we will explore the options for defining a grooving job in SolidCAM. Grooving jobs in turning are used for cutting a narrow recessed sections called grooves on an outer diameter, inner diameter, or a face of a cylindrical workpiece. Let's start by adding a grooving job, and we will pick a geometry to be our groove from this line up to this arc. Let's confirm a chain and confirm a geometry. For a modified geometry, we can note that the blue line that represents the updated stock is exactly on the target, so we don't need to do anything. We can just confirm our geometry and move on to select a tool. Let's go in our toolkit, and tool number 3 is a groove tool with a width of 2 millimeters of the tool. Let's go and confirm this. Moving on to the levels, we have a safety distance of 2 millimeters, which is okay. And we can move on to the technology. Here, we have different modes of grooving. We have a long external groove, long internal, face front, or face back. Now, at this point, let's just go and rename our job to be main spindle OD groove. Now let's try to calculate, since we can note that this is clearly a long external groove. So here we have some roughing passes, but for the work type, we can say we only want finish only. If we click this, we will get only a finishing pass in this groove. Of course, we will be using rough here, and let's recalculate. Let's now adjust our toolpath by going in the rough tab. For a step down, we can select either constant or a single type step down. If we select single, it will go to the bottom of the groove and then again to the bottom again until it finishes the groove. If we select constant, in this way we can select the value of our step down to be 2 millimeters, for example, or also we can insert an intermediate step down in between. So let's recalculate now. We want to have constant step down. For a step over, we can say, all right, we don't want 1 millimeter, we want 2 millimeters. So the step over will be wider. But also we can say we want to do a middle plunge only. What this means is that it will do only a middle plunging here until it reaches the bottom of the groove, and then it will do a finish pass. But we don't have that much wide tool, so we have only 2 millimeters and this groove is bigger. We would need to have a bit bigger groove in order to do this mid plunge only. So we will use a step over of 2 millimeters, or you can also use a scallop method. For a cutting order, you can either do by rows, so finish first row, then go to the next one, or it can go by columns, finishing up first column, then second, then third, and up to the end. Let's use the rows. Now, to address the direction, it can go from one side to the other side, or it can go zigzag, or let's say from the middle to the outside. If we select this one, we will plunge in the middle and start doing our grooving from the middle and then move on to the sides. For this purpose, we will be using only side to side. For the rough type, similar as for the turning job, we can use smooth or stairs. And of course, for the rough offset, we can use any offset that we want to leave for our finishing strategy. So let's use a distance, and we'll use 0.2 millimeters for the finish. In the finish, we've already demonstrated the isoturning method on our turning job, so we will be using here the down-only method to show how it works. We will be doing a finishing on a rest material only. And in our links, for our approach, we will go from the right safety corner, and we will finish up in the same point. For the lead in, lead out, we can pick, for example, arc and calculate. Then we will have arc in our entry lead in, but for this purpose, we will keep it to none and the same for the lead out. And let's recalculate the job. Now we have our toolpath and we can simulate and see what we've done. We can go and play this, and we can see it's going row by row with the step over. And now down only, we'll go with the tool only in the down movement. And this is how we will perform our grooving job. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.